Cross-examination continues this morning during now day 8 of the Larry Millete preliminary hearing. Detective Jesse Vicente is back on the witness stand. The defense asked him to talk about alleged sightings of Maya Millete after her disappearance. CBS 8's Kelly Hessedal just stepped out of the courtroom, joining us now to explain what you've seen so far. Kelly.
Yeah, that's right. And this is the defense's way of trying to cast doubt on the prosecution's theory that Maya was killed. Detective Vicente testified that they investigated hundreds of tips regarding Maya's disappearance, and that when it comes to the alleged sightings of her, he said they found none of those sightings were credible. Now, Detective Vicente also talked about a theory that Maya potentially could have been sex trafficked. Here's what he said to that.
In looking at the neighborhood of 2413 Paseo Los Gatos, there's not an area where we have information or previous knowledge that people have been trafficked. And additionally, with my experience, women in their 30s are typically not trafficked. There's a lot of the cases that we come across where someone's trafficked, they're usually vulnerable teens or kids.
And Detective Vicente testified he previously worked on the sex trafficking task force, and he said there is no evidence Maya was a victim of human trafficking. Detective Vicente also testified about 2 ransom demands. He said police investigated them. One of the phone numbers led to an IP address that didn't go anywhere, and another led to a social media account that belonged to someone who extorts money from families of missing people. Now, this morning there was also questions from the defense about whether Maya suffered from a mental illness. Detective Vicente said there was no evidence of that other than Larry telling him Maya was having a midlife crisis or was depressed. The discussion then turned to this affair Larry believed Maya had been having with a coworker. The detective confirmed that person named Jamie was interviewed by police. Here's the exchange moments later.
Did you investigate other suspects in this case?
Yes.
Can you tell us about those suspects?
According to Larry, he believed that the lover was responsible for her disappearance. We looked into that, we obtained his statement, and there's no evidence indicating that she was with him.
Did you find him credible?
Yes.
And I will say that it's been a bit of a tough morning for the judge, a bit of a frustrating morning. He is constantly having to guide the defense attorney on how to phrase specific questions so that they don't get an objection by the prosecution. And I will say probably one of the most compelling moments of cross-examination so far has been a question from the judge who asked the detective, was a murder weapon ever found? And the detective responded, no. Kelly Hessedal, CBS 8.